All right, guys. So, welcome back to my channel. And surprise, surprise, Liverpool are in for Jeremy Frimpong. Based on reports, it's a deal between 35 to 45 million euros. I think that's a very good deal. We're going to get into what that means for the right back role between Connor Bradley and the prospective Jeremy Frimpong. And we're also going to look at what the impact does for Frimpong on that Liverpool team. So, like, share, subscribe, and let's get into it. So, first things first, Liverpool are in contact with Bayer Leverkusen in regards to Jeremy Frimpong, who has been, monumental in how Bayer Leverkusen has played. Also, in terms of their impact play, in terms of what he brings, how he attacks, how he defends, how he creates chances, and Liverpool are interested in him. So I think personally that's a very good deal to get a right back of his quality at his age, slowly or going into his prime. He's just at the age of 24. I think that's a very good deal to get by. I also think that what that means is that they are also looking quickly at getting the deals done early. I think that's the Liverpool way. And I think probably what most managers would want to get the deals done as quickly as possible. So to get a quality right back like that for 35 mil, um, million euros, that's what, 30 million pounds. Awesome deal. I think that's a very good deal. I also believe that his how Liverpool plays in terms of our pays, in terms of they pay installments. So over a period of time, they can get it done. The necessary installments get there. In terms of the release clause that he has, and probably putting incentives as to what over a period of time what Liverpool could achieve, what Bayer Leverkusen gets back. All of that could be said and done. So for me personally, that's a very good way of paying off the release clause. Now, what does that mean for Liverpool in terms of how it impacts the squad? So now we know that Trent Alexander-Arnold is leaving. We know that he's leaving, I think, by June 1. And the deputy to that right back side has been Connor Bradley. No, in this sense, with Jeremy Frimpong coming in, it adds a little bit of dynamism that how Liverpool would want. So now, based on how Trent plays, Trent is more like a facilitator creator that can drift out wide but likes to play as the kind of false six in a sense. But Jeremy Frimpong is the one no that is more dynamic, that is more pacey, that has much more pace, who is I think stronger. But he's also very good in carrying the ball, which is something that Liverpool are going to need going forward. And also based on what Slot requires of his fullbacks to do. So you can see how Frimpong in his games with Bayer Leverkusen is that he drifts inside or dribbles, not drifts, dribbles inside, then dribbles outside. So, in a way, when Salah comes into play, Frimpong is there to actually facilitate the pass if he wants it to come inside, which is closer to the 18-yard box, around the edge of the 18. But he can also drift outside, which means that he is the dynamism and also the unpredictability that comes with that as well. So, you know, I it's a good buy. It's a good fit. You can see what Slot and the rest of the team are planning to do in regards to equipping Klopp. Oh, forgive me, equipping Slot with the necessary skills, necessary tools, and necessary players to transition this Liverpool title-winning team to even bigger things. So I think that's a good signing. I think that's a brilliant signing. I believe in terms of impact, he can start. I think he can start. So one of the questions I see many people asking is he plays in a 3-4-3 with Bayer Leverkusen. He's a wing back. So he doesn't do much defensive work because he has three center backs there to help him. But if you look at his play and the game state, he's very good defending and very good in keeping the ball, which is very, very important. He's more, excuse me, he's more of a possessor of the football. In a style of play that Slot requires of his team, particularly the fullbacks and the midfield, to be more possessional of the football. He said in his first preseason last summer, it's that he wants to kill the team with passes, kill the team with passes, kill the team with passes. In some games, you could see with that killing the team with passes would have worked, but in other games, you saw where he had to adapt, where he had to give up possession, concede possession multiple times, so he didn't have a dominant 61, 62, 63% possession of the game. But you had games where it was like 54, 55, 55 to 45, 52 to 40. It was closer. But I think adding Frimpong to that enables more of a possession style of football that Slot requires. Now, does that mean it's going to be boring? Absolutely not. I don't see that happening. I think he, as many persons would say, he has a bit of clap with him in terms of how he wants his team to press, how he wants his team to move the ball as quickly as possible, to win the ball high up the pitch. By the way, just to insert this, like, share, subscribe. But Frimpong is actually very good in pressing. Let that be said. He's a very good presser. High intensity, high press of getting around, of closing down spaces, of closing down the wingers. No. Could that be said he's very good in 1v1s? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. We don't know because he's based on the quality of the Bundesliga. You could say that he is, but you could also counter that by saying you saw in Champions League games where some of his lack of defensive awareness was exposed. But he's a very good presser of the football. He's very intelligent in manipulating spaces and getting into spaces to create bigger spaces for his teammates. So let that be said. But I think how Liverpool have gone about this is very good. Of course, they would want things to be as quiet as possible. But in this day and age, unfortunately, that's not the case. I would love to hear from you guys. What do you think as to what this means for Liverpool? What the impact of having Frimpong in that back line now with Van Dijk and Konate and possibly Kirkes? We'll get into that in another video. But let me know in the comments. If you can let me know, then we can have a conversation. All right? So until next time, guys, like, share, subscribe. Peace.